and I'm really jazzed about Convergence this year. You know, just like maybe with youth conventions in the past, there's all the multimedia and just all the excitement, the music, everything that goes on behind it, just like an overload of the senses of just everything you could imagine. You know, tonight is really special to me because Friday night is, you know, it's not necessarily for people who are used to church and maybe people who have a relationship with God, but it's more for those students and people who are on the fringe, or people maybe who just feel lost. Maybe some who just are kind of exploring their relationship with God but have never really committed. You know, that's what tonight really is all about, is for students to fully commit their lives to God. And I'm excited. You know, last year we saw over 200 students come down Friday night, and I'm believing for that many and more tonight.
You know, this generation of students is one that has massive potential. You know, the more and more I spend time with students, the more I hang out with them, the more I get to know them, the more I feel like their potential is endless. But at the same time, I feel like in a lot of ways our students are more a product of the culture that surrounds them than they are a product of their relationship with Christ. And I really feel like that's the focus of what needs to take place, the transition that needs to take place in this generation, is that life needs to look more like Christ instead of the culture around them.
We came up with the theme Heroes, and I think there's a lot of students out there that don't know how to navigate the culture. You know, there's a lot of cool things in our culture, but one of two things happen. We either reject the culture completely and just go the other way to the point that we've become so irrelevant that maybe people don't listen to us, or we jump in so much so that we get taken over by the culture. And I hope that at Convergence, at this conference, that students will really understand culture and how it works in their lives, but more than that, to find their identity. You know, God has an identity for everyone. And it's okay to have heroes. It's okay to see these movies and the music and the things that are such a part of our lives. But it's not getting caught up in that so much so, but it's remembering that God has an identity for us. And it's using the culture and using those things to reach people and you know, and really to spread God's message. You know, we have so many heroes in our society and people we look up to. You know, this weekend is the OU Texas game, and there's heroes in that game. But I want our students to see that they're the hero. You know, it's not the one who puts on the Superman cape, or it's the one who has this incredible athletic ability, but it's the heroes are the everyday people. Just doing everyday things, making everyday decisions, making right decisions, and you do that long enough and you become a hero. You become a hero to society, to people, the people around you.
My expectations for this weekend are high, honestly. I really believe that there is a lot of potential in moments like this, in weekends where we come together and we really focus in on God and what He can do in our lives. And I believe that He will do some amazing things, that there really can be a transformation that takes place just within the boundaries of this weekend that really can affect the rest of our lives. That's my expectation. My hope is that from that transformation that takes place in these moments, that we come to the realization of how much we need God to be at work in our lives like that consistently, that when we go back home, that when we get back into our routine, that we will have come to the realization of how badly we need God and His Spirit to be at work in our lives. So when I say my expectations are high, they are. I believe God's going to do some amazing things, but my hope within that, or around that expectation, is that will take us to a place where we consistently allow God to work in our lives because we understand how bad we need Him.
I think the main message would be that you've got to understand your true identity and who God has created you to be. And when you understand that, you operate in that, and you go out into this world, whatever it is that God has you doing, and you're effective. And not only do you reach people, but you're successful in your life. You're successful in whatever you do. And God is faithful. He is faithful when we're faithful to Him. He's faithful to us even when we're not faithful to Him. But man, imagine if we sold out to Him.